Hey everybody, welcome back to James Draws Everything, continuing our series drawing every country in the world's flag. And today, you probably don't even know where this one is. This might be possibly one of the most remote countries in the world. We're going to be doing the Maldives. So those are a chain of islands that are kind of south of India, where there's really nothing here, right? You got Madagascar, then Australia. So you don't really think of there being like independent countries, nation states in the Indian Ocean, but this is one of them. All right, so we'll just get down to business and start this flag off. Start it off right here. So what's going on in those Maldive Islands? Well, it is part of the Islamic world. They've been a sultanate since the 12th century. You know, a sultanate is kind of like an Islamic king, basically. And then when the British kind of start influencing that part of the world, the British make it a protectorate in 1887, and then a republic in 1968. So that was kind of when they gained their independence. And hold on here, this one, it's got like a almost like a picture frame around it here. So let me just measure up. We'll do, it's got to eye my ruler just a little bit. All right. Yeah, it's one of those countries too. Had single party rule for quite a while, about 30 years. This guy, Mamun Abdul Gayoom, he dominated the Maldives political scene for 3 decades, right? 6 consecutive terms. You put that on your resume, right? Dominated the Maldives political scene. It's not as impressive as saying like, oh, he dominated he dominated Japanese politics for 30 years or something. No, he dominated the Maldives political scene. What does that exactly mean? What is there to dominate there? All right, working on angering another country here. So they had into the modern times, recent memory, you get a lot of political protests in like the early 2000s. And when I hear about political protests in an Islamic country, my alarm bells always start going off, and I wonder how organic that is. Arab Spring, anybody? So they ended up legalizing political parties. You know, some countries, they legalized weed. The Maldives, they legalized political parties in 2006. So it took them a minute or two to do that. But then protests, I tell you, they got it done in the Maldives. So since they have legalized politics now, they formed a new constitution, and it was ratified by Gayoom, and he was defeated in a runoff election by a guy, Mohammed Nasheed, who was a political activist, and he'd been jailed by the Gayoom regime for several years. So all sorts of alarm bells go off when I hear that. Political activist jail. Outside forces, anybody? Or who knows? And yeah, then there's been a lot of political upheaval kind of on and off since then. They tried to do a coup. Yeah, and then some new guys kind of come in. Kind of have like some issues with India, because India has kind of like a military presence there. You know, probably like leftover from like the British days. So they kind of run on that. And we'll see what happens in the future with this country. Again, this is way off the beaten path here, right? So this country is kind of off on its own in a lot of ways. I guess you technically consider it an Asian country, right? Because it's south of India, not part of the continent, just its own chain of islands. And speaking of islands, something else is going on with this country. Kind of like my boy Kiribati has got these problems, unfortunately. But they're saying this country might disappear in a few years. What, India's gonna nuke it? No, not that. Rising sea levels. Right, so the Maldives, it's got a very, very low, or very high sea levels, or what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about. So it's one of those countries that, the boy who cries wolf, they keep saying this country's gonna disappear unless you give us money, or enact our climate change laws. So if we give them enough money, maybe they won't disappear. So who knows with that, right? We've been hearing that for decades and decades, and their batting average, right, is worse than the local weatherman most of the time, because he occasionally gets it right. But the climate change alarmists, I used that word. Sorry, YouTube. I think my channel flies under the radar enough to where I won't get the little warning under my video, but maybe I will. So we got to think of something else to say. Weather pattern. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That's much more subtle. Weather pattern alarmists, right? They've been wrong on pretty much everything. Right? Just good old-fashioned honeypot politics with a new set of clothes. So we'll talk about the flag in a minute. That is the Maldives. Oh, I forgot the L there. That's not good. There we go. Maldives. So you know the moon, right? That's an Islamic symbol. It's the red recalls all those who have sacrificed their lives in defense of their country, of course, right? You got the red, the blood, the sacrifice. The rectangle represents peace and prosperity. Ooh, so that means something too. And then the green and the white crescent there, that is Islam and peace and prosperity. So that is the country of the Maldives. And hey, now you know a little something about it. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.